The fastest way to fail at print on demand is spending money before you know if a product will sell. In this video, I'm gonna show you the fastest way to test your print-on-demand products without losing money, using real data from Amazon and Etsy, and without buying inventory up front. I'll also break down the actual cost of testing on each platform, because that's something most people don't fully understand when they're just getting started. And later in the video, I'll explain when Amazon makes sense versus when Etsy makes sense, and how I personally think about testing products on both platforms. For some quick context, I've been selling print on demand since 2017 across Amazon and Etsy and other places. And print on demand is what allowed me to leave my 9-to-5 job back in 2020. Everything I've shared here is based on how I've actually tested products over the years. It's not just theory, it's what actually works for me. Most beginners lose money because they do one of three things. They buy inventory too early, they test too many products at once, or they don't understand the platform costs before they start. The goal when you're testing isn't to build a brand or go all in. It's to validate demand with the least amount of risk possible. That's where research tools and print on demand really shine. Before I ever list a product, I want proof that people are already buying something similar. This is where I use different tools depending on the marketplace. For Amazon, I use a tool called Merch Dominator to look at things like search volume, competition, studying existing designs, their price points, their sales history. It pretty much tracks everything you'd need to know. Now at this stage, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm asking a simple question. Are people already buying this? If not, then I want nothing to do with it. If they are, well, then I'm interested. Now I'm gonna be showing you my favorite way to use Merch Dominator, so if you wanna follow along, use the link in the description to create an account. I'm gonna click MBA and KDP in the sidebar and then click Best Sellers. Now what this does is it loads its database of best-selling Amazon merch products based on their current ranking, which it updates frequently, basically daily. Now the default view is just the best sellers in order, but I'm gonna switch that from BSR to newest, and then I'm gonna click search. When you do this, it looks at newly submitted products to Amazon's catalog in Amazon merch, and then it looks for have they sold. Now, if you're seeing brand new submitted products that have already sold, that could be indicative of an emerging trend. And typically the early bird gets the worm. So you're gonna wanna do this frequently and act quickly. Then I just give it a scroll and I look for repetition. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've seen about 5 or 6 of these bears wearing cheese graters. So that could be a decent emerging trend potentially. Of course, you're gonna wanna do some research and validation into that before you just blindly sell it. But whenever I see repetition of a single design or a single niche, that's usually a good sign. Now, the other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sort this by BSR. And I'm gonna type the word bear into the search bar. And what this is gonna do is just go into its database and show me products related to bears. And what do you know? We've got quite a few. They're not all the same. I see the California state flag bear right there. Actually, a lot of different bear themed shirts. But basically what this is doing is helping me get inspiration and get ideas for products in the bear niche or that are indexed on the word bear based on what's currently selling in Amazon. And by the way, the BSR is displayed underneath each one of these. That's the bestseller rank. The lower that number is, the better. So typically the products that you see at the top of the results here are the ones you'd want to prioritize in terms of like looking at them for design inspiration. On Etsy, I use Everbee. Now, Everbee is a research tool that lets me look at things that Etsy doesn't show by default, like monthly sales estimates, revenue, competition. It lets me study the designs, and I have the ability to deep dive into why some product listings are so successful, because in my experience, Etsy is a pretty top-heavy marketplace. If you're the #1 or #2 listing in a niche, you're typically soaking up massive market share. And what I like about Etsy is that it's very transparent. You can usually tell pretty quickly whether something's actually selling. Coming up next, I'm also gonna break down the actual cost of testing on Amazon versus Etsy, which by the way, both are significantly cheaper than launching a Shopify print-on-demand store where you pay that subscription, and then you have to pay for meta ads to drive traffic to your store. They may or may not be interested in buying what you've got to sell. So what I'm gonna show you is gonna save you a lot of money. But first, let's look at Etsy and how we find products to potentially test. So I wanted to mention, Etsy does a good job telling us what comes up next. You can see it says Best of Valentine's Day. I'm gonna go ahead and click that. And now I'm looking at a whole page of products that Etsy has basically hand curated. All right, you've got custom cards, custom makeup bags, earrings, sweaters, jewelry. We've got a custom kind of wall art painting there. We've got custom bandanas, custom embroidered hats, woven blankets. You guys notice noticing also that I can kind of see how well these products are performing because I have the Everbee Chrome extension. Otherwise, that data would not be there. Etsy keeps that to itself. But because I'm using Everbee, I know right away that, well, this cardigan over here is doing about 67 sales a month, whereas these Valentine's Day cufflinks are doing 0 sales a month. Although here's the caveat to that. If it's a highly seasonal product like these Valentine's Day products are, they may not be selling outside of February, you know, and if it's starting to pick up sales in January, well, then that's not going to be reflected right away in the monthly sales because it might not have sold in the previous month of December, if that makes sense. Anyways, what I wanted to show you is, well, I got some inspiration here. I love the idea of a woven blanket. I love the idea of an embroidered hat. I love the idea of a bandana. And because we use Printify, which connects directly with Etsy, it connects directly with Amazon, all because they hire developers to do all of that via API behind the scenes, and we can benefit as sellers without needing to know how to code. We simply click about 2 times and our Printify account is connected to our Amazon account and our Etsy account. Doesn't get much easier than that, but I wanted to show you, if we go to Printify and click catalog, they also have a page dedicated to Valentine's Day where they hand pick a bunch of products that performed well for sellers just like you and I on previous Valentine's Days. So again, it's removing a lot of the guesswork, but we still have to create designs and create product listings and test. And that's what comes next. But let's look just for ideas. You've got woven blankets, you've got accent coffee mugs, plush blankets, you've got the Gildan 5000 t-shirt that we talked about recently, wrapping papers, custom journals, phone cases, stickers, more blankets, the Sherpa fleece blanket. You got a custom square pillow. All right. You've got hoodies, greeting cards, hats, custom sweatpants. All right. Cutting boards, wine glasses. There's so many ways to spin this, but what about the woven blanket here? I think we could do a lot with that. And I don't think it's a coincidence that Printify listed this product in the very first spot at the top of the page when you click Valentine's Day. I think there could be something to this. And by the way, if you use Printify, you can fulfill these starting at $28.26. But if you use Printify Premium, which I just so happen to have a free code that'll get you a free month of Printify Premium linked below this video, the fulfillment price drops about 25% from $28 to $21.42. That's just going straight into your pocket as additional profits, which potentially you could roll into maybe Etsy ads and get some additional visibility. I'm just thinking out loud here, but woven blankets, I love that as an idea. And what I would do then is go back over here to Etsy and type in Valentine's Day woven blanket. All right, and then I'm just gonna give a quick scroll here and look at what is currently selling on Etsy using the Everbee Chrome extension to make an informed decision about what I should prioritize selling myself. So you can see we've got personalized song lyric blankets for couples, personalized photo blankets for couples, a letter blanket, assuming that's for couples, right? Or that one actually says Dear Mom there in this number 3 spot. By the way, that's doing about 19 sales a month. And now we can see the different ways, the different variations and sub niches that we should consider selling here for woven blankets. We've got personalized song lyrics blankets for couples. That's going to be a big personalization, by the way. They might have to direct message you on Etsy's back end to send all the lyrics. You've got a personalized photo woven blanket. That's 271 sales a month. You've got a letter blanket, you know, a personalized letter. That doesn't have to be for couples, by the way. You can see even it says Dear Mom in the example. And I mean, hey, moms get Valentine's Day gifts from their kids as well. You got the customized I Love You More blanket there. It actually looked like a Ace of Hearts. Yeah, I guess that's part of the design. You've got this woven checkerboard, you know, hearts style design there. You've got Michael and Angela, so just the couple's names, established 2026 with the year. Another Ace of Hearts, another kind of fun Valentine's Day themed background there with different elements, and then the couple's name. To my husband, every day with you is a gift. Thank you so much for your strength, your love, etc. So you've got basically a pre-written note there too, making it easy on the buyers. It says 0 sales a month, and that was a brand new listing actually. Now that I look a little bit closer, it says listing age 1 month. So when you see listing age longer than 1 month out, you might think, okay, this is an older listing that probably just didn't sell in December. That's probably going to see its monthly sales pick up. Here's a fun one. Instead of all the red and white, this one just says till death do us part, skeleton themed couples blanket. So not everything Valentine's Day has to be the red hearts and the, you know, reds and whites and pinks. That one's just straight up black and white with skeletons and sort of that gothic rose design style. That's doing 36 sales a month already, and it's got over 21,000 views. This is the part most beginners misunderstand. We're going to talk about the cost costs of selling on Amazon via Amazon Seller Central specifically, and then talk about the cost of selling on Etsy. And I hope you're okay with both because, like I said, they're significantly cheaper than using maybe Shopify as an alternative. So if you're selling print on demand through Amazon Seller Central, there's a flat subscription fee of about $40 per month. Now, the reason you pay that is to avoid having to provide a UPC code for every product listing you create, which would be significantly more expensive. So you're actually saving money by paying that $40 a month fee. Now that fee is the same whether you list one product or hundreds or thousands of products. There's no additional listing fees. You only pay Amazon additional fees after a sale happens or if you're running ads, which means you're paying fees because you made money, not before. So the risk on Amazon, if there is a risk, comes from the monthly subscription and whether or not you're listing enough products to justify it. So if you actually intend on being active on Amazon, I would say it is a no-brainer. And this is why I usually recommend Amazon for people who plan to test multiple designs at once. Next, let's talk about Etsy. With Etsy, there's no monthly subscription fee, but there is a small one-time setup fee when you open a new shop. After that, Etsy charges 20 cents per product listing, and that listing lasts 4 months. If you have it set to automatically renew, you'll be billed 20 cents again. It also applies every time that product sells because the listing renews after each sale. It's a little ploy for Etsy to make an extra 20 cents every time you get paid. So Etsy's great for testing a small number of products with very low upfront costs, but the fees scale as you list more items or make more sales. And I had to mention again that creating a Printify account is completely free and they will handle the back end of your business for you, meaning they'll detect when orders take place, they'll route it to the right printer in their network, they'll print it, ship it, and notify your customer that the product is on the way. So Printify is completely free to start, and as your business scales, you can consider upgrading to Printify Premium, which should only benefit you because you pay a flat rate subscription fee, and then you get discounted fulfillment costs. So to me, it's a no-brainer. So let's recap the simple framework that I use. If I want to test a lot of designs quickly, I'm probably posting them to Amazon Seller Central, where I don't pay more for having a lot of products that I want to test. By the way, I'll drop a link to Amazon Seller Central in case you want to open up your seller account underneath this video. And if I have a small number of niche or gift style products, especially if they're personalized, I'm probably going to recommend selling them on Etsy first. Either way, the goal is the same. I'm going to validate demand first and then scale what's working. If you want to test print-on-demand products without losing money, focus on data first. Keep your costs low and let Printify handle fulfillment. If you want to sell without buying inventory up front, of course, Printify is going to make that part easy. And I'm going to have a link below so you can get started for free. They have a massive network of printers around the globe that will handle that for you. And then you can sleep easy at night, not having to sweat if you're going to get that order out on time or not. And if you want more videos like this where I break down real workflows that I've actually used for years, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you at the next video.